Senator Jeff Flake, Republican Arizona, stood on the floor of the Senate last week and denounced President Trump. He denounced not only the president but also politics of exclusion, politics of lies, politics as they are now played across the United States. He said, "If I have been critical, it is not because I relish criticizing the behavior of the President of the United States. If I have been critical, it is because I believe that it is my obligation to do so. And as a matter of duty and conscience, the notion that one should stay silent as the norms and values that keep America strong are undermined and as the alliances and agreements that ensure the stability of the entire world are routinely threatened by the level of thought that goes into 140 characters, the notion that one should say and do nothing in the face of such mercurial behavior is a historic and, I believe, profoundly misguided." In an op-ed published in the Washington Post, Flake referred to the famous words of Joseph Welch, chief counsel for the Army during the Army McCarthy hearings. Speaking to Senator Joseph McCarthy, Welch said, "You've done enough. Have you no sense of decency, sir, at long last? Have you left no sense of decency?" Powerful stuff. Courageous stuff. But Flake is neither. He's leaving the Senate. Exactly what is gained by observing someone being beaten and doing nothing more than saying, "Someone is being beaten"? If the stakes were not so high, it would be the Seinfeld finale, the likable but ethically weak foursome, watching a robbery, recording it and doing nothing to stop it. Flake would likely lose in a Republican primary in Arizona. But rather than fight, he is leaving. He is leaving the Senate saying it is no longer his cup of tea. Well, it is bitter tea that is being served in Congress. But courage is standing until you cannot stand. Look at John McCain finding his voice and footing as he battles a cancer that will not be defeated. Yet neither will McCain. He will challenge President Trump as a U.S. Senator, a proud Republican one, until the end. Are there any proud Republicans left in Congress? Because leaving when the fight gets difficult is nothing to be proud of, Flake's departure is another win for Trump and the politics of belittlement. Senator Bob Corker of Tennessee, another Republican in Trump's sights, is retiring as well. The two senators claim they are now completely free to speak their minds. Exactly what was keeping them silent before? What is keeping any Republican from calling a lie, a bully and a clod a clod? Members of Congress are fearful of losing their perches inside a gilded cage. They are so focused on the perch, they have forgotten that they are caged and that at any moment they could become food for a more aggressive species. I have watched news clips of the McCarthy hearings and events of that time and marvel at the malevolence of McCarthy and the timidity of a nation that had just won a world war for freedom. It took too long for America to regain its moorings. It is happening again. In the absence of moorings comes the possibility of a U.S. Senator Roy Moore of Alabama. Politics always have been about compromises. Yet some compromises are too great. Civility, decency, honesty, these cannot be given away to a chief executive who discovered the power of social media and uses his base like so many men and women in a metaphorical matrix, draining them of their individuality while feeding them a narrative of his making. The question is not whether Trump has any decency left, but whether we have any decency left. Trump is not against the ropes. Not even close. Republicans are marching in lockstep. What frightens me is that what Trump is unleashing, he cannot control. When I look at what happened months back in Charlottesville, Virginia, I realize it doesn't take much to change a cadence. How easily marching in lockstep morphs into a goose step. Flake wrote, "We can no longer remain silent, merely observing this train wreck, passively, as if waiting for someone else to do something. The longer we wait, the greater the damage, the harsher the judgment of history." True. But if Flake believes what he said, he should go down losing. So should other Republicans fearful of Trump or Steve Bannon or some other boogeyman with a slogan-branded hat. If sensible Republicans cede the playground to the bullies win. Flake said we can no longer stand silent. Talking while walking away is not an improvement.